Found out my brother was gay last year. I didn't find out. I already knew he was gay. I already knew he was gay. He came out last year, okay? But he didn't do a good job of holding his gay in, like we knew the whole time. I'm like, I grew up with you, bro. I'm gonna know. Like last year, we was having a family dinner, and he took his cup and the fork. He's like, ting, ting, ting. I got something to tell y'all. I was like, what you gotta tell us, man? He started crying like, first off, you ain't gonna believe this, but I'm gay, you know. Started crying on my shoulder. I'm like, dude, you getting your mascara all over me, man. I already knew he was gay growing up. You had a diary, okay? That's how I knew. I didn't even read his diary. The fact he had a diary, I was like, you gay right there. No straight man writing a diary, just chopped down a tree. Like, you don't know. You don't do that. I love my grandma. My grandma got a Facebook. I feel like she's too old to have Facebook. Like every time her phone beep from her getting a text message, she thinks it's the microwave. Like that's how old she is. She could be driving the car. Beep, how the microwave get in the car, baby? Like, look at the road, grandma. I don't feel safe driving with my grandma, okay? Because she loves the Lord, okay? She's super, like to the point where she's not afraid of dying. Like, I don't like that. I don't like driving with someone that's not afraid of dying, you know? Like, she got that attitude, like, if I die, I'm going to heaven, so it don't matter. It do matter, I'm in the car, okay? You lived your life, grandma. We almost got hit by a train the other day. I was flipping out. I was like, yo, grandma, we almost died. She's like, no, I almost seen Jesus. I was like, all right, no more. No more driving my grandma. This is how spiritual my grandma is. If I got shot in the chest 8 times, instead of her calling the ambulance, she would get on her knees praying like, please, Lord Jesus, I get these 8 demons outside my grandbaby's chest. Let the bullets rise up on waves from his chest, like Moses did the Red Sea. Yes, Lord, let the blessings rain down from the windows to the walls. Let all these blessings fall. Turn down for what, Lord Jesus?
I'm a vegetarian, which is pretty weird being from Chicago, because I'm fairly certain they put meat in our water there. Gives it extra color, you know. My parents, though, are in complete denial, and they still try to provide me with meat, though, just in case I change my mind. And there's always extra White Castles to go around. You guys know those disgusting little greaseball burgers. Yeah, Dad, that's gonna bring me back. It's like trying to turn a gay guy straight by showing him a picture like Rosie O'Donnell. Look who we got on our team, Jen Reno. I'm all right with my team, Dad. When my mom would bargain with me about food, she'd be like, you can eat this, there's no meat in it. We just made it with turkey broth. There's no hunks of flesh. Yeah, Mom, I'm sure the turkey just took a little bath in there. Wrung out his little turkey sweater. Gonna pass on the stuffing. Whatever. I get a lot of attitude from people calling me a hypocrite. Oh, you're a hypocrite, you don't eat meat, but look at your shoes. Your shoes are made of leather. You're a hypocrite. These shoes were $5 at Sears. That's not leather. These shoes are like the hot dogs of footwear. It's all the leftovers, you know? All ears and tails, my friends. And you can cut that off an animal without killing it, so my cows are alive. You know, got a lot of flies around them. It's a visual. I used to have a good job in customer service. All we did was sell videos and DVDs over the phone. It's the questions. Someone called up and asked if we had any closed caption pornos. What the hell's that gonna say? Grunt, moan, yes. I messed around with them. I said, no, sir, it's not closed caption. What we offer is one of those signers for the deaf in the corner. I want to give you.
Good to see my family, though. Come from a poor Mexican family. You always wonder when you grow up poor how it happened. Like the root of your poverty, right? Like what great grandpa just ruined it for everybody, you know? Right? Like I found out mine. It was my grandpa. He came to America from Mexico. He was a doctor. That's easy money, but he wasn't a good one. Because the only English he knew was, nah, it's okay. So, like, that didn't help anybody. Like, bro, are you sure? I've been bleeding from the same spot for like, nah, it's okay. Like, all right, this guy's good. I got to see my uncle. Every Mexican family in Texas, we all got that one racist white uncle. The guy who hates Mexicans, but he married one anyway. You know what I mean? Has like the little half Mexican kids. You know, that bothers him, right? Every Christmas, he's sitting there by the tree. You can't hear him, but you read his mind. He's got this look on his face like, I can't stand these Mexicans running around, messing up the words to Jingle Bells, singing Silent Night in their own damn language. But I tell you what, these tamales are pretty good, like that, you know what I mean? He's there for the food, you know? My uncle, he is so racist. You tell him a racist joke, he doesn't even laugh. He's just like, I know! I know, that's what I keep trying to warn everybody about. Like, really? Dude, seriously? You preaching to the choir up there?
Don't be afraid. I'm Sikh, all right? S-I-K-H. I'm Indian. I know how this thing works. I know how you guys think. Been in New York a long time. I was actually in New York yesterday. Went to go see my doctor. And the worst thing about seeing your doctor in an Indian family, usually we have family doctors. I don't know if you guys have the same thing, but I think the fact that we have family doctors is the worst idea possible. I don't know about you guys, but the problem with family doctors is you know that when your doctor knows your mom, that patient confidentiality it's not happening. So when my doctor asks me if I'm sexually active, no ma'am. Even though we all know ladies. Come on, it's clearly not true. I don't like to brag, but I have slept with over 3 women. But only 2 of them know about it. So I told my girlfriend about the situation. I was like, make sure whatever I tell you about my doctor stays between us. Now the problem when you tell your girlfriend to keep things between us is they here keep it between the US. I don't even know why I started seeing my family doctor, man. My friend recommended it to me. And this guy's not the smartest person, all right? He's the same person that told me, instead of using Internet Explorer, I should be using Mozzarella Firefox. I know, that joke's a little cheesy.
Have you ever driven down the road and wonder where the last 10 seconds went? Yeah? Try the last 10 years. Try the last 48. 1 minute you're a little kid riding your bike with your mates. The next minute you're 48 and riding in the back of a police car on a DUI. The next day you're back riding your bike with your mates. I grew up in Sydney with great mates. My family was very dysfunctional. My maternal grandmother hated my father. She'd say to him, if I was married to you, I'd feed you poison. You go, yeah, if I was married to you, I'd take it. And my grandmother, like a lot of older people, was convinced that gay people and unmarried pregnant women had extrasensory hearing. Because I'd be over at her house and she'd be like, you know those 2 men that moved in right down the end of my street? I'm like, yes. They're gay. I'm like, they're gay? Shh, they'll hear you. And you know that lovely single girl 3 streets down? Yes, pregnant. But I figure we can talk about those things now, right? Because my grandmother, she's dead. Shh, she'll hear us.
Hi, my name is Todd Allen, but you may know me by my email name, NigerianPrincess44@hotmail.com. Maybe. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. That's where I was born and raised. I grew up in a retirement community there. I grew up surrounded by old white Christians as far as the eye could see. It was horrific. First girl I ever asked out was 76 years old, everybody. I took her to dinner in a hospital. I picked her up in a short bus. Come on, Blanche Witherspoon, I said. I come from a huge family in the Pacific Northwest, massive family tree. I call it the family cactus because there's tons of pricks, everybody. My uncle sells Mary Kay makeup for a living. Does that set the tone with the Allen household? My dad wakes up at 5 a.m. every day. Anybody have a family member like that? Wakes up at 5 a.m. every single day. Those people think that you should be up with them. I don't visit because it's Sunday, 5 a.m. he's knocking on my door. Todd, it's 5 a.m. Wake up! Life is alive at 5 a.m. He's chipper, he's dancing. He's already built a theme park or where the hell he does at that time. It's insane to get up that early because every single day he's got to go to bed equally as early. So every single day he says, "Good night, everybody." I said, "Dad, do you want some lunch?" I've had enough, Todd. I live right here in Southern California now. I just moved here, and Southern California is not immune to the economy, the recession that we're having either. You see very weird things while people are trying to save money. I was walking down the strip, and I saw, or I heard at first, a car creeping towards me. And I look over, and this car's got a 17-year-old kid inside it, driving. Lowered cap, necklace, big chain around his neck, elbow out, cruising for chicks. Big music blaring from his car, looking as cool as he can possibly look. The car that he was driving was a Prius. And I thought, wow, what a loser this kid is. And then I thought I should give him the benefit of the doubt. Here's a young kid who cares about the environment and he hates getting laid. That's amazing.
Glad to be here. What they got this light on? Rotisserie? Ding! Somebody's in the back like, he's already done. I'm glad y'all laughing. I appreciate that. I've been loving comedy since I was a kid. I used to try to sneak into comedy clubs when I was too young to get in. I had to use my best friend ID because I wasn't old enough. My best friend, ugly as hell. He was so ugly when I used his ID, I had to make faces to pretend I was him. I'd be standing at the front door just, see you back there with your phone on. Put the phone away. I'm so sick of these phones, I don't know what to do. I saw a guy get hit by a car. He was still on the phone. He's right in the middle of the intersection. You ain't gonna believe this. This fool just hit me. He just ran me over too. Can you call 911? Never mind, I got 3 minutes. I think I hurt myself a little bit. I feel crazy. My whole family crazy. One of my sisters thought her boyfriend was cheating on her. She put crazy glue in his contact lens case. Look, everybody like, ooh, now the ooh thing is they still together. He moved out of St. Louis and moved to Kansas City. Now he's emailing my sister pictures home with his eye messed up. He's posing in the pictures like he's still sexy, just.
Yeah, I know I'm Latino. I'm in LA. I'm supposed to be going, "Orale, what's happening?" Shut up. I'm not from here and I'm not Mexican. I'm from Chicago and I'm Puerto Rican. And if you call me Mexican, I'm supposed to get mad. I just don't know why. Did you ever call a Mexican to Puerto Rican? "Orale, what? Mexicano, cabrón." That ain't just us. Did you ever call a Japanese dude Chinese? They lose their mind. "Why you said to me? I'm not Chinese, I'm Japanese. Rook in my eye, rook in my eye." I get to travel all over doing comedy. I was in Miami a couple weeks ago. You know, they got no ugly women in Miami. I don't think they let them off the plane. I think if they're coming on the runway like this, turn right back around. Go back to Alabama, wherever the hell you get. I was in Little Rock, Arkansas 2 weeks ago. Do you know who the hardest working person in Little Rock, Arkansas is? The Tooth Fairy. Tell a little bit about myself. Originally from the South Bronx, New York, but I grew up in Chicago. I am half black, half Puerto Rican, which is messed up because, you know, I was born a suspect. When I say I'm half black, my daddy is black, but he's one of those black Latinos that you see on TV, like Sammy Sosa used to be, or Big Bobby is, you know, they're dark. You can't tell they're not Negroes till they go, "I kill me. I kill me. Best ball been very, very good to me." Dinner table in my house was confusing because my daddy was black, my mama was white, my little brother was brown, my sister was blonde-haired and green-eyed. I used to sit at dinner going, "Man, somebody lying."
I've been in Iraq 3 times. Twice we did comedy for the troops. The 3rd time was vacation. The 3rd time, I just wanted to see it. And it is nice. They have 1 tree. It's gorgeous. So you wait in line for that, and then you fight your way back to the plane. So it's like a hiking trip of sorts. When we did comedy for the troops, we'd go over there, and they would have a lot of like small bases. They only have like 40 troops at these bases. So they would have like a lot of makeshift stuff for these guys, like their bathrooms. They had pipes dug in the ground, and that's what they would pee into. And then if they did the other, they had a bag. They called it a wag bag. So it was very awkward. Like I went up to a soldier, I go, "Where's your restroom at?" And he was like, "You gotta go number 1 or number 2. It's like, "Well, I don't really see how that's your business." And to be honest, I might mix it up. So why don't you let me decide, all right? We have barely made eye contact. I got to go to Bahrain, too, which I learned was a country when I got there. I thought it was the guy we were meeting, and it was... When you go to Bahrain, you go and you stay on an army base, but there you can actually leave the base and go out to the city. So they tell you, they're like, "Look, if you go out there, it's safe, just don't draw attention to yourself." So they were like, "Don't wear American t-shirts." And I was like, "All right, like that's fine, no American t-shirts. So what are you gonna do about the white on my skin?" That's gonna be more of a problem. I don't want him to come up to me like, "Excuse me, are you Muslim?" Southern Muslim, actually. Yeah, my dad was a deacon, so I don't know if that counts. I did go to church growing up. I grew up in Tennessee, and we went to church. I actually it's funny, I tried to play basketball for my high school team, but I got cut. So I had to play for my church because the church cannot cut you. They have to let you play. They could cut you. You'd be pretty bad if they're like, look, we think you're good, but Jesus does not think you're that good. He is our captain. So church ball was a lot different because we played half court. No three-point line. We played on carpet. That's your first sign. It's not going to count. And they didn't even give us a basketball. We didn't have a basketball. We would just stand there and play on honesty. You'd be like, I just made it. It was like, oh, that's a good shot. You're really good. I stole it. I forgive you for stealing it. It was moral points. It counts later. Are y'all gonna go watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest? Did everybody get their tickets for that? It's exciting. I think it's free anyway, but I remember the first time I saw the hot dog eating contest. The first time I saw it, you would see a lot of skinny people, and then they would show like a huge fat guy. So I was like, all right, obviously he's gonna win. He probably ate on the way here. But he does not win. Kobayashi or Joey Chestnut, two very in-shape guys. So that means fat people are not even good at what they're good at. Who would have thought? Huh? Who would have? I'm married, and that is whatever, but you do it. You know what marriage is like? Marriage is like, you ever go to a concert and you see a mosh pit, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go get in that mosh pit. But then once you get in it, you're like, I do not want to be in this mosh pit. At all. I am gonna leave and go get some beer. Then the mosh pit's like, hey, you drank last night. You're like, all right, mosh pit, why don't you get off my back and let me live my life. I always get home late doing comedy, and my wife will be asleep, so I'll go in, I fix something to eat, I'll watch TV, I'll be home for like an hour, then I hear my wife from the bedroom, and she'll be like, Nate, is that you? You better hope to God it's me. You have let some murderer get quite comfortable in this house. He is eating. And if someone broke into our house, we don't have a gun to protect us. So, like, oh, I have a pocket knife. That's what I have, which is going to do nothing. I could hope to aggravate him at best. Like, I'd cut him, and he'd be like, you just ripped my shirt? And then he'd murder both of us. That's best case scenario. With a pocket knife. Because I don't know how to use this knife in the middle of the day, much less I'm going to wake up out of a dead sleep and have some kind of knife skill I've never had before. And it's a flip-out knife. You're supposed to go one motion, but I always have to pull it the rest of the way, so... He'd just walk in and be like, oh, I'm not really that nervous about that. You don't know what you're doing. I'm like, I don't. It's just there for show. So what we have to do, me and my wife, we have to sleep strategically in our bed to prepare for an attack. So my wife, she sleeps next to the door because it's my strategy. So, yeah, I drew it up. So the plan is she's next to the door. So when the guy comes in, she's gonna lunge at him, whether she's awake or not, but she will lunge. And she's from Alabama. She's pretty scrappy. So she will put up a pretty good fight with this guy. At least a good enough fight that I can be practicing with my knife on my side. I can already have it out. He won't even see that part. So when he comes to me, I'll be like, I don't know if you looked over here while you fought my wife, but that used to be one whole pillow. I'm just saying, it's your call at this point. I've been practicing a lot. Now, we don't have kids yet, but I would like to have kids. I would like to have kids just to have a friend in the house at this point would be nice. Is that bad? Or does that mean it's going good? Just tell me if it's fine. You know what it is? Marriage is, men are not good at marriage. We're just not prepared for marriage. Women, you are very prepared. Like, look at all the toys you played with. Like, when you're a kid, when you're a baby and you're born, they give you a baby doll. So they give you a baby when you're a baby. They're like, look, I would probably start figuring this out. This is where it's going. And then they give you Barbie and Ken, so you have to deal with all that drama that they have. Then women would play house. They would just play house. They would fake vacuum. When I see my wife vacuum now, I'm like, she is living her childhood dream. She has made it. Hey, I can't compete. Because as a guy, we didn't have any of that. We played Fort. We had to keep everybody out of where we are. And the only toys we had were Transformers and Ninja Turtles. Those are not even real things. None of them had wives. They weren't married. I never played with my Ninja Turtles, and I had them going to fight Shredder. And then Michelangelo was like, hey, can y'all give me 2 seconds? I don't know, my wife just showed up. I don't know how she found us, but she looks furious about something. I don't know, dude. I don't know. And then she comes over and she's like, what are y'all doing? Who's this April chick? It's like, listen, she's a reporter. How about you not read into stuff, all right? How about you not check my Facebook? Is that possible? I got in trouble because for my wife's birthday, I bought her an oven for her birthday. Yeah. Listen, here's why. Because like the vacuum, her other favorite toy as a kid was the Easy Bake Oven. So I was like, all right, I'll get her a legitimate big girl oven. An adult oven, like that's not impressive. If she bought me a truck and it turned into a live robot, I would freak out and be like, this is the greatest gift I have ever had in my life. This is the best. I still play with the kid stuff. I play a lot of video games, and the thing with the video games, they're a lot different than when I played when I was younger. Because like I'll play Madden football, and when you used to play Madden as a kid, you would just pick your favorite team. That was it. There wasn't that much to it. But now when you play, they have you running the whole stadium when you play. So before you start, they're like, all right, how much do you want to charge for hamburgers? And you're like, I don't even know how much a fake hamburger would go for. I didn't know we were getting this serious about the game. I didn't go to college. That's why I'm playing your game. And they give the players emotions. The players will argue with you. I'll use the Titans. I'll use Vince Young. And they're like, hey, Vince is not happy with his contract. Like, all right, well, tell Vincent that he is not real. And I will reset this and start over if he does not clean up his attitude. I don't need him yelling at me. My wife is furious I'm playing this game. I don't need him bitching at me, too. That's why I play this.